Alright, welcome back. This is going to be the firmware updates for 4 parts, which is going to be the goggles, the head tracker unit within them, the gimbal, and the VTX. What you're going to need is an SD card, 1 or 2, it's up to you, an SD card reader, this jumper cables for the VTX itself, this cord, which will be for the head tracker unit, this cable, which is going to help you update the gimbal and the head tracker unit. You're also going to need a laptop, power sources for both of your equipment, and a good attitude. Alright, once you're ready to update, I would recommend by plugging in your SD card and SD card reader into your USB and hopping online, going to CADDX, and going down to the bottom of the page, you're going to go down to this download center, double click on that to this page, and this page will show you all of the user manuals. Scroll all the way down this page until you get to the firmware. For this system, you're going to need the Avatar, whichever system is newest, which for me is the Avatar 39.44.5. Double click on that. You'll download from here. That will bring you a file full of good stuff. You'll get instructions for use, you'll get warnings, you'll get the firmware, you'll get some other stuff. Go to the firmware. The firmware will show you firmware for this system and a bunch of other. The way you can sort this through is going to this README. It will bring you to pictures of the systems and what firmware is for which system. So then go ahead and delete all the other ones. For me, I need the Gogglesx, which is the Avatar X GND, and the Moonlight, which is the Avatar Moonlight Sky. So boom, I have both of those right here. With your SD file plugged in, I would start with the goggles and I would drag and drop into the SD card, eject the SD card, and from there, take your goggles, plug in the SD card into the SD card port, turn on your goggles, and wait for it to turn all the way on. Then from there, this little button right here, you'll hold with a little toothpick or something, little prick, for 8 to 10 seconds. After that, there's gonna be some noises, some beeps, some bleeps, some creeps, and then you'll get a progress bar up in the OSD of the head tracker unit. This should take about 6 minutes to completely update. From there, once it's updated, you can turn it off, you can restart it, and then you can check your device's info in the main menu through devices, and it'll show you the software that it has now, or the firmware that it has now. Then, if you're gonna use the same SD card, go ahead, plug it in, delete the firmware for the Gogglesx, and then drag and drop the VTX's firmware. Eject, unplug, and plug in the SD card into the SD port, which, if this will focus, is right there. Take these little wires, which are called the jumper cables, unplug this cable right here that runs to the gimbal, and white dot, which is right there, to white cord, then white cord on the outside of this bottom one. From there, power on your system, and you should get your normal green light and record and green blinking light in VTX. Then up right above VTX, or below, depending on how you have this set up, is the bind button. Hold that down for about 8 to 10 seconds. If this is done correctly, you will get a red solid record light and a red blinking VTX light. If this is done incorrectly, you will have a blue record light and a red blinking VTX light. This process, if it is done wrong, will take way longer and will not update your firmware. That was a mistake I made. That took me a little bit to realize the mistake I made. I was like, why was it not binding? So I went through the process again, reread the manual, and the problem was that I had the cables plugged in wrong, which is in representation with the blue light. If this is done right, and you've got the red solid record light and the red blinking VTX light, it'll take about 2 minutes. Another thing to note out, make sure that your VTX has cooling or is kept cool throughout this entire process, or else you'll get a brick system if it overheats. And number 2, that your battery does not die, because then again, you'll get a bricked system. Then once it's done, you'll get the green record light and the green blinking light, and you can test this, that it will bind by plugging in your goggles and waiting till it get feed. Next, you're gonna go to the GM Gimbal firmware, V3.6. Go ahead and download that. It'll give you both the head tracker V2.2 and the GM 3.6. I would start with the head tracker unit first. So go ahead, double click that, go to software, you're gonna double click that and then turn on, or software, excuse me. With this cable plugged in, go ahead and plug in the 4-bit end into this hole, camera, and then the 5-bit into the head tracker itself. Go ahead and turn on your goggles, select the COM, and start the debug. From there, you'll open up, select the firmware for the head tracker, which is the V2.2. Then you'll upload, or open, and then you'll hit upgrade, and that's all you need to do to upgrade the head tracker unit. Next, go down your goggles, unplug that bit, and go ahead and plug in this bit right here into the side of the gimbal. For this one, I'll actually turn on the gimbal so you can see. Same thing, except go to the gimbal V3.6, go to the gimbal software, and open up, or go to gimbal config and open up gimbal config, which is going to be your system. Power this on. Go ahead and select COM, which is COM 3 for me. Start the debug. Same thing, go down to open. Go find that gimbal firmware, double click that. Open, hit upgrade, progress bar. And that is it for updating the gimbal. However, another mistake is making sure that these channels are all on. If these channels are not on, your head tracker unit will not work. The gimbal itself has no command to channel. So make sure that these are all turned on, then save per random flash, stop debug, and you're good to go. Look at this mess. Hope this video was helpful. The biggest mistakes are making sure that the channels are on within the gimbal on the firmware or the software, and making sure that your cables are set up correctly on the VTX. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and enjoy your day.